About to be live. We are live. What's up, y'all? Y'all come on up in the room so we can, get this stuff popping on there, popping. About this Jeffrey Dahmer, and stuff. His little crazy tail. That was a little crazy, but tail, man. Mm-hmm. Out of this world. Now, whether you coming through right now, or you're going to be in the bushes. Hello, how y'all doing? Make sure you thumbs up this video. Oh, let me make sure I can turn on the banner because, y'all can always support the channel. Always support the channel. I see somebody came in here earlier. Quentin Cash. I said, this is crazy. I'm surprised I never heard of him. Yeah, call a thing a thing. I won't say that he was somebody that you had heard about. I'm dropping my lipstick, y'all. Heard about right away, or if you're not interested in murder mystery, then you wouldn't know what T was this. You wouldn't have, I had to put some lip on y'all because I'm good for coming up here without no lip. And I got the audacity for my name to be Melthelipstickdiva. Okay? So we can get started 5 after the hour. I want to go ahead and do some shout outs. I do want to shout out Bella. Bella helped us get our ring light that has a phone holder attached to it. No, we have not unboxed it and used it just yet. I do want to record that unboxing, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then also I want to shout out Queen Bridget and the Tierra Latrice show. Make sure y'all check out her channel. She did, well, both of them allowed us to get our mic for the channel. So supporting the channel is going to take us a long way. Now, while I wait for people to come on up in the room, let me first. I ain't mean to do that so people can, so I can hurt myself. I wasn't trying to do that. Let me turn that down. But let me share this out on Facebook. And then we're going to get into it. What's up, Kendall Storyteller? Hello, welcome on in the building. And make sure you thumbsing up the video as you come on in. I feel like something in my eye, y'all. It felt like something is in my eye. We just gonna get into it, y'all. We just doing shout outs and I'm gonna open up my diamond art. If you never heard of diamond art, look into it. This is something to relax your mind. When I was working in the office, a lot of my coworkers did it and it made me want to do it. So that's why I'm doing it now. All right, so I done told the folks to tap in. I'm starting to feel like YouTube got me shadow banned or something. I don't know. It don't matter because we're going to work our way out of it if we got shadow banned. I don't know. I think it got something to do with that Barbie girl. I don't know. But I know like this, we're going to come about it because the people going to watch regardless if they want to watch Mel the Lipstick Diva. They're going to watch Mel the Lipstick Diva. Period. I know it. I know it. And it's when it's supposed to be freedom of speech, but child, and I don't even be talking about nothing crazy. That's the thing. I don't even be talking about nothing crazy. I hear people saying all this crazy stuff. Talking about YouTube doing a purge, unsubscribing people. I never had nobody say I've been unsubscribed from you or anything like that. I never heard that. All I've seen is just people leave, unsubscribe themselves, but that's about it. What's up, Bougie Barbie? Hey, girl. How you doing? We about to get into it. We opening up our diamond art. So my diamond art, I got like 6 of these from Amazon. And what it is basically, it's like a fabric sheet. You get the whole diamond art sheet. And then it does come with a tube to put your little diamonds in. And then you have your diamonds that you match up with the color codes here. So while I'm talking to y'all about Jeffrey Dahmer, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing my diamond art. And my hopes is to either keep this or I may sell them if I get really good at this. This is my first time doing it. And again, I was inspired by the girls at the workplace where I used to work, and they were doing it. So we're gonna be doing this. Okay. Period. We're gonna get into it, this Jeffrey Dahmer in a few minutes, y'all. I'll wait for y'all to come up in here. After we hit 10 after the hour, we're gonna start. Now, while we're waiting, how many of y'all have seen the movie? I just want to know how many of y'all have seen, the series. How many of y'all have seen the series on Netflix already? I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. And I know y'all, I'm sorry that I'm ruffling all this stuff. Hopefully, I can just go ahead and get settled. I guess I'm going to work on one part. So you do get this whole sleeve of stuff here. And this is just my Dahmer art, y'all. We doing hocus pocus while I talk to y'all about this Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. Hey, the plainest Shay. Hey, bro. Hey. Y'all make sure y'all check out her channel, okay? Because she do her investigation and she break the stuff down. Teddy Delight said, not yet. Okay. You watched the whole thing. Yes, y'all. And when I tell y'all my favorite pastime is watching some murder mystery, honey. Look, y'all, I'm sorry. Look, I'm all across the place. I'm trying to see where is the one at. What can I start with first? I am going to start with, I'm going to go ahead and start with 2. That way I can stop wrestling and stuff. So I watched the whole series, and even before I got up here, I started to watch it again. Just so I can make sure I can refresh my memory, because I watched it when it first came out, y'all. So I'm excited to watch it. And after I finish getting my bachelor's degree in healthcare management, I think I want to go back and do psychology, because the human brain is something else, honey. Like, y'all, all I gotta say is try your hardest and your damnedest to protect your child's mind, get them help at an early age. Like when them children tell you that they need some help, help them children. When them children is telling you things, and I say this from a person like we currently, I firsthand have dealt with a child that has behavioral issues. So it's important to make sure. Damn, y'all can't even open the thing up. It's important to, first of all, let the child know that they're loved, but also to make sure you're taking them to therapy, making sure that you're careful about things that you do and you say around them, because it is going to make a big impact on them when they become an adult. I ain't playing no games. It's going to make a big impact on them when they become an adult, baby. So I already knew a lot about him. Right. And I had already heard about him from Bailey Saren. Look, the churn. You got to be careful of the churn. So y'all, so sorry if I'm not looking at the screen while we talk through this, because I'm going to be doing my Dahmer art. This is very calming. I have my drink and my 2-step. We also have Bigo. We live on Bigo. If you're not following me on Bigo, it's Mel Does It. I'm sorry, Mel the Diva. And if you're not following me on YouTube, it's Mel the Lipstick Diva. So I'm so excited for y'all all to be here with me. What's going on, y'all? Why I can't pick this up? What in tarnations is happening here? All right. So, y'all, I think I'm going to go ahead and we at 9 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it while I start this Dahmer art. If y'all ready, go ahead and drop a lipstick in the chat. Drop a lipstick in the chat if you are ready to rumble and talk about this Jeffrey man. Jeffrey. Let me stop calling that man if I call him from that grave. Okay, I ain't trying to call his ass up, and he is showing that. Y'all know I like to be goofy, and I almost got a blonde short wig just to make it a little bit of comedy, but then I thought about it, and I know how people, I'm going to say this. I am a person, to a certain extent, that I like dark humor, okay? Some stuff be a little too dark for me though. All right. So I was definitely gonna get a Jeffrey Dahmer wig, like just a little blonde short wig, just because I've been seeing all the skits and stuff going on. And when I thought about it, I said, man, I'm gonna get so much backlash if I do that shit. So I decided to not choose violence because I don't get time. I don't get time for to be in the comment section fighting with the folk because I know how folks like to get down. They be ready to fight you. And some battles, I just do not want to fight. I just do not want to fight them battles. You feel me? Okay, thumbs up the video. Make sure y'all are liking, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying, because Mel's always gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Now, Jeffrey Dahmer, if you have not watched the series, or a lot of people right now are feeling like it was very much so too gruesome to watch. A lot of people are saying they couldn't get past the first episode or the first 15 minutes. And to me, I don't know. I didn't feel that way. I watched it and I'm already a murder mystery fan. So maybe that's why I was able to watch it personally. Now, with Jeffrey Dahmer, just some facts about him. He was born in the 60s to two parents. One of his parents, his dad was like a scientist or a biologist. And his mother, she was a homemaker for the most part, from what I saw. Now, with the mother suffered some mental health issues after having him and before having him. She took a load of pills while pregnant with him. It was even an instance in the series where the mom was found at a bus stop, and it was snowing outside, and the husband had to get out the car like, what are you doing? So, with that being said, I already took to, okay, mama ain't got it all. And it was even a scene where the daddy took the mama to the doctor so they could try to figure out what was going on with mama. And the doctor was telling her pretty much, you don't need to be, can I get a mod to get rid of that person? I don't know what's going on, who that is, or what's happening. But this person, whatever that is, mod, can I get y'all to get rid of that person or whatever that is? Anyway, they was just trying to figure out what was going on with mom. And the doctor told her, don't be taking all them pills. It's okay. It's just your anxiety, blah, blah, blah. But he never talked to her about postpartum, which as a woman, women and some men know about it as well. This is something that any woman can have after having children, losing a child, things of that matter, even when you terminate. So as Jeffrey is growing up, he's a little weird. They in real life try to blame him having hernia surgery on the reason why his mental health started to decline. In reality, he was dealing with trauma. Like, he saw his mama at a young age, overdose. And that was like during the series, his mother overdosed twice. She overdosed early on, and then like when he was a little kid, and I think it was after she had her second baby, and then she OD'd again when he got sentenced because she just felt like she was the blame, which I get why she felt that way. If you watch the series, then you know why I'm saying that. Now, Jeffrey, he really didn't have any friends at school. The kids used to pick with him, even down to the teachers. They treated him differently. And, like in this day and age, even in jobs, you have to be careful what you say to people, because we just don't know what someone's mental health state is, where they're at. And we know back in those days, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, not even until like the 2010 is when people started taking people's mental health seriously, right? So in the movie, as a child, it was a moment where everybody bought the teacher an apple. So your typical movie, right? Everybody's bringing the teacher an apple. He brings the teacher tadpoles. It was a little boy that took his tadpoles from, well, the teacher gave it to the little boy. Because the little boy was like, why did he give you those? And she was like, you know what? I don't even know why he gave you those tadpoles. And the little boy was like, well, can I have them? She give them to the little boy. Jeff goes off. He go to that boy's house without the boy knowing, walk up in the crib and take his tadpoles back. But y'all, the crazy thing is, he went back and took them tadpoles back to the lake he got them from and unalived the tadpoles. Yes, and this is as him being a little boy, 6, 7, 8 years old, small child. You know, back in those days, it was a little bit more safer for children to walk amongst themselves and not have to worry about somebody snatching them up right away, you know. Girl, I kind of lost it when Jeffrey was confronting his mom for leaving, running off. He said, okay, fine, go run off and chase UFOs or something. Child, that pop. We're going to get to that. And what's up, everybody that didn't came in? What's up, Volcane? We're going to get to that because I ain't going to switch up like how the series is switching up. I'm going to just do his childhood to his when he was a teen and all that stuff. So mom and dad still together. They in the house. Like I said, the daddy was a scientist. And then this, Jeff started taking an interest in the dad's profession. And his dad was showing him how to pretty much condense the bones and how to preserve bones and stuff like that of animals, though. And he was so happy. But the mother always felt disturbed about this, like, baby, what you got my son doing? Like, that's weird. The mama and daddy fought a whole lot, y'all. They fought a whole lot. And, even on up to high school, Jeff still didn't have many friends. He was a little weird. And the kids would be like, oh, do that little boy she was doing, just to pick on him. And he would get a little carried away, He would get carried away, and the people would be like, "Oh, okay, you still crazy? Something wrong with you." So that's what went on. Now his parents ended up getting divorced, and with his parents getting divorced, of course, they had a family home. With that being said, Daddy left the house and left the kids and the mama there because the mama got custody of the youngest son. But at that time, Jeff was grown enough, and the mama was like, he's going to have to figure it out. So one day, Jeff get home, his mama packing up her ish, and what the plainest Jane just said, the mama was like, look, you have to figure it out. And he was like, go ahead, run off, go on and chase your UFOs. Since the mama was that crazy. Mama was off the chain now. I understand the postpartum, but mama just didn't have it all. And if you ask me, I think it was all those medications she was taking that took some oxygen from her brain and messed that baby up when the baby was up in her stomach. I'm not going to front to you or lie to you. If that's what she was doing in real life, yeah, she part of the reason why ain't no hernia surgery did that to that boy. Because that boy... I think I missed a little part, but that little boy, he took them tadpoles and put motor oil and unalived them tadpoles. Nah, y'all, something was wrong. Something was very wrong. That's why it's like, I think a lot of us, I've been noticing a pattern with people my age. A lot of us, what's up, B-Slade? A lot of us, are waiting to have children until we're at 30. Or later. Like a lot of my friends have been having their kids in their later 20s. Now, don't get me wrong. It's some of my friends that had kids from high school on up to our late 30s. But a lot of people are waiting because, first of all, they want to know where they're at mentally, which I'm happy about that. That's even down to myself. But they also want to make sure, they're facing those traumas they went through with their family, making sure that the person that they're with is mentally stable and just not going to F their kid up. Now, that's not to say that you can't overcome things you went through as a child, because look at me. I'm here. I'm talking to y'all with some sense, right? But everybody does not have the pleasure of doing that. But anyhow, The mama left to go chase UFOs. That left Jeff home. I think he was like a senior in high school or whatever. He was 17. He was 17. The daddy had no knowledge about him being home, you know what I'm saying, by himself alone. He didn't know. And this is where things took a turn for the worst. Now, Jeff had fantasies about doing things to people. And he even fantasized about doing something to this one runner that used to run like near his house. Now, he did attempt to swing a bat at the runner, but the runner saw him with the bat and took off running, and he did not follow through. He did not pursue. But y'all, he got his hands on his hitchhiker, honey, and invited the hitchhiker back to the house. And the hitchhiker was trying to get to a concert or something. He was trying to get somewhere. And Jeff done gave this man a couple of beers and stuff. Like, he acted like he real grown. That's all he had been doing since his mama left, was drinking. Like a little old man, just drinking his life away, y'all. The boy was like, all right, I'm ready to go. He done swung the bat. No, he didn't swing it back. He had these dumbbells. He had these dumbbells, not the little dumbbells, like the big ones. And probably like a 30, 40, 50 pound one. And hit that man upside the head, child. He unalived that man and stuck him up under the house. And he was so scared. At first, when he did it, he was like mesmerized. And by the way, disclaimer, I'm sorry to give the disclaimer if this is getting a little bit too gruesome for y'all. If this look warning, gruesome. This might get a little gruesome. The mom struggled a lot. I always felt she had some mental health problems that were never addressed. Right. But you know, like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, that was not the prime thing. The prime thing was find a husband, get a house, have kids, make sure he working, blah, blah, blah. Crazy, y'all. Crazy. Now, and if y'all just coming in, y'all want to know what Mel doing, I'm doing some Dahmer art, y'all. This is my new thing, my new hobby, Dahmer art. And in the spirit of Halloween, I'm going to be doing all of these Halloween-themed Dahmer art pieces. And I think eventually I'm going to sell them. I'm going to frame them, and then I'm going to sell them. Yeah. Anyhow, so he unalived. That was his first person he unalived. Now, eventually, his daddy got a new jank, and they came to see him. And that's when they found out that he was living by himself. He wasn't doing nothing. He done graduated and wasn't doing nothing. So, eventually, his daddy made him go to the army. Like, you ready to go to the military, boy. You ain't finna be sitting around not doing... You're not finna be sitting around not doing nothing up in my house. So he goes to the military jail. And that's when he, started experiencing things. He was experiencing things while he was up in the military. I believe he was paying people for a little piece, but he won't unalive nobody. He was paying people for a little piece. And if I believe correctly, that's when he started to, put stuff in people's drain dry in the military. But anyhow, I think that it came out that he was on the other side. He was playing the tambourine. He was a part of the LGBTQIA community. And no offense to nobody, I always say that. I'd be funny, but I know some people do not like that. And I do want to say it's no pun intended, okay? I'm not here to make fun of anybody. But anyhow, he did get discharged from the military because that was the do not ask, don't tell time. Y'all know back then in the military, they didn't want to know about your sexual orientation. And I think he came out because of something he didn't did. The fact that his parents didn't think they needed to speak at all, and they ain't find out till months later that he was in high school living alone and a raging alcoholic. Right. Come on now. Let me tell you something. People don't be checking on their children. What's going on? Like, do y'all not know that the adult mind is not fully formed until you're like 25? So from 17 to 25, even though legally, well, 18, but some people say 17. You know, people look at you as an adult, but your mind doesn't fully form until you're about 25. You're still missing some screws. Some people still go like Mrs. Screws, but you're still missing some screws. So you just left your child, ain't called it daddy or nothing. But yeah, child, he got put out of the military. And he started living with his grandma. And he started working at this meat shop, child. He was loving working up in the meat shop, like cutting up the meats and all that crazy carrying on stuff. Now, he did end up losing his job from the meat shop, but anyway. He started getting into the limelight. He started not really the limelight. He just being outside because y'all know he ain't had no friends. You know, prior to everything, he really ain't had no friends. He was paying for the play. He was paying to play pretty much. So with him paying to play, he was going to the clubs and stuff. He'll see little people out and stuff. And he was back on his BS, you know. He knew that he couldn't bring nobody home to his grandma's house. So he was going to take them to brothels, to the little, what do you call them? What do you call the little, is it called a brothel or the little home? The little, you know, where they have the little rooms and stuff like they had back in the day. I think they still got stuff like that. But he'll take the men that he'll pick up from the club, into these little brothels or whatever. At the time, he was not unaliving the people. He was just drugging them. He was just drugging the men at the time. It was never any women, just men. And his family didn't know about his sexual orientation. They thought that he, you know, just hadn't found no nice girl. And they kept talking about, his grandma kept talking about, oh, why don't you, you know, find you a nice girl? It's a nice girl at the church. His grandma was really into the church and stuff. She was into the, you know, the Lord. So she was trying to get him to meet him a nice girl at the church house. And he won't down with that. He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool on that. Like, and he was trying to, you know, come off on grandma at points in the show too. Because he had brought home a mannequin, honey, from a place that I think he either broke into a place or he was working at a place. But he done stole the damn mannequin. Y'all was laying there with the mannequin. What kind of foolishness was that? Girl, when his first boyfriend was that mannequin and he was effing the every night, child, I lost it while thinking about child. Okay. Oh, the bathhouses. Yes. Everyone knows that the bathhouses are where all the sausage parties go down. Chill. Yes. Come on now. Yes. The bathhouses. So, boom. The dude that owned the bathhouse or running in front of the jank. Meanwhile, after the little mannequin situation, grandma threw that damn mannequin away because she didn't know what kind of freaky deaky stuff he was on, but she was for the Lord. So she was not playing with him with that mannequin. But with the bathhouses, the person that was running the front started finding these men unconscious and all that stuff. Like it was getting bad. He was drugging them people, okay? He was on his Charlemagne, the guy. That's what he was doing. He was on his Charlemagne, the guy, and putting stuff in people's drinks. Now, one incident occurred. Once he couldn't go to any bathhouses and got blackballed out of all the bathhouses, he had lowered this young boy that was like 14 years old to his grandma's house, and he did drug the little boy. But somehow the little boy fought him off and got home. It was an Asian little boy, and this was the first person to get him locked up. And when I tell y'all the system, the police, they failed society at that moment. They failed society badly because this man got locked up and was let back out. Okay? Let back out. He didn't even get that much time. And at this time, it was an Asian family that this occurred to, which I'm gonna bring this Asian family back up because it's relevant to everything. Right? Jane, he went off. He said, Grandma, where is it? Grandma was an OG too, because Grandma was not scared. One thing Grandma was not scared of Jeffrey at all. When I tell you Grandma was not playing with Jeff, she was not playing with Jeff Earth. Was not playing with him. Oh, they still fell in society horde. But it was that was real terrible back in the day what they was doing. I don't think in this day and age, like if somebody called out some mess like that, it would have still went on. I just can't see it for ourselves in 2022. If that shit went on, child, I don't know where I'm moving to, but it ain't gonna be here. I got to find me a new country. Cause boy ain't no way. The boy ain't no way that could be happening in 2022. Like, I ain't saying serial killers gone out of style, but child, the way the location set up on phones, child, you was gonna find me somewhere. One thing bolded, you was gonna find me somewhere. But anyways, after that happened, he came back home, and his daddy was like, "Nah, son, you ain't finna come back to your grandma's house with that nonsense. You gonna get a job, and you gonna get you a apartment." And that's what he did, because he knew he couldn't bring that stuff back to his grandma's house. And while he was locked up, his daddy did say, "My son needs some help," but they kind of put that ish to the side. They put it to the side. They never got him a counselor or anything to help him out or whatever while he was locked up. So, of course, when he got out, he was back on his ish. He said that he needed help. He knew he needed help. Like, Daddy, I need some help. He told his daddy that he needed some help. He recognized that. I give him that much credit. He recognized that he needed help. So, boom, y'all. He get his own crib. He started hanging out at the clubs where his peoples was at. He was hanging out at the LBGTQ clubs. And he'll go up in that jank, turn up. He'll buy the boys drinks and stuff and like tell them like, I use some money to go back to the crib with me. But the whole time when he was doing those young men, he was bringing them back to the house, giving them some liquor, putting something in their liquor, taking photos of them, and then unaliving them. And in most cases, he might have done things with the unalive corpse. He might take pictures of the corpse. He would dismember their bodies and go by the same strategies that his daddy taught him about the animals preserving bones. He had all of that in his apartment. And the crazy thing about it is his neighbor smelled it. And she used to complain all the time. She complained all the time about the smell to the landlord and everything. And the landlord did try to put him out one time, but it didn't go through. And because he ended up shampooing his carpets and stuff. Now, y'all, it's crazy because he ended up, again, the police failed us again. He ended up circling back around to that same Asian family where the little boy had got away and he got locked up. He ended up getting another one of the brothers. It was a big Asian family. And the little boy had got away, y'all. He got away. And for the life of the neighbor, she tried to help him, but the police came through and Jeffrey was able to tell them that that was his boyfriend and he was just drunk. And the police helped him carry the damn body, the little boy, back upstairs with him. And Jeff was telling the police, yeah, I don't think you want to go in my room to look for something. He was looking for his ID or something like that. He was like, we got GAY stuff in there. And the police was like, oh. Like, back then they was real squeamish about that stuff. Even though they was on the DL they saw back then. But anyway, that ain't my business. And he ended up doing what he did to his other victims, to that little boy. He unalived him. Yeah. So the Asian family was still ended up being devastated by what happened. Now, of course, they didn't find out right away. They just knew that he was missing. That's all they knew. And I don't think they had an idea that Jeffrey was out either. To even know, like, to say, listen, yo. And it's crazy because how do you hit up the same family twice? Like, it's crazy. All this took place in Milwaukee. So he never went too far to do his stuff. Like, you would think as a criminal, and that's why I said I want to go into psychology. You would think as a criminal that he would try to go to another state or a place. But he stayed in the same area. And primarily because he knew he would get away with it because the police already let him get away with it before. That's the crazy thing about it, y'all. That is the crazy thing about it. Now, the saddest part for me, y'all. Hold on, let me look at the comments before I go into this. Yeah, my hangman stuck to this. Daddy waited till the day before to send that letter. Oh, his father knew he was ill for a while, but he kept sweeping it up under the rug, but was in denial. He waited too late. Facts. Yeah, his son needed a lot of help. Man, listen. The cops played the neighbor to the left. Facts. The cops were definitely wrong. Facts. Was wrong. Now, the saddest part for me, and I'm not going to say any of the victims' names in here because the families are still alive and, they're still hurting because it is a lot of documentaries out there about Jeffrey. So they have to relive these events constantly because this is like a very gruesome story that, crazy enough, the whole world still doesn't know about it or people don't know about it. And I know I've heard of it before, but there's so many more people that's like, wow, this is the first time I've heard about it. But it was the part where they showed this young boy that when he was born, he got vaccinated as a baby. And the vaccination caused him to become deaf. So it showed him growing up and still, living a normal lifestyle. His mother was very protective of him. And he ends up being at a club with his friends, and they're also deaf as well, and they're speaking in ASL. So, of course, that's the part where you have to read the closed captions on the screen while they're talking. But they, still doing their thing. And he's just looking for love. He ends up moving out of his mom's home and pursuing a modeling career. So he had a promising future ahead of himself. And he came back home, went to the club, he met Jeffrey. Crazy enough, y'all, he really liked Jeffrey and Jeffrey liked him. So Jeffrey let him live for some time. He went with Jeffrey shopping. He went with him while he did his photo shoots. It was so promising, but of course they still lived life on the low because neither one of their families knew about their lifestyles. I know the guy that was deaf, his sisters knew about his life style, but I don't think his mother knew. She probably knew, but never talked to him about it. But Jeffrey, with his uncontrollable ass, could not help himself. The boy came back home to visit his mom and to visit Jeffrey. And they had chilled in the crib and played a game. And Jeffrey was getting crazy. Like, he was asking him, like, the guy was like, why do we have to play the game? Like, why does the game end like this? And Jeffrey was like, because I said so. Like, getting real crazy. Hey, no. Getting real crazy, y'all. So that took the guy back. He's like, okay. I don't know what you got going on. But, all right. Carry on, Jeffrey. Because you done got a little crazy up in here. So they chill late for the night. And Jeffrey was planning on taking this young man out. But he decided against it. Y'all, but unfortunately, the young man came back because he did not know where his keys was at. And they were in his room. And when he came back, Jeffrey unalived him. And his mama looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. Looked all over for him. She wouldn't know to the very end what happened to her son. Now, it was another instance, again, beyond that sad part in that movie where Jeffrey had seen a young black guy out in the area where he usually hangs, where his car was stolen. And Jeffrey was like, oh, I can drive you home. The young guy, he went with it at first, but he ended up going with Jeffrey. And Jeffrey told him he had to stop at a house or something, and he ended up going. And this was before he moved to his apartment. That's the crazy thing about it. Just to bring this up, because I can't forget about this either. And they go to his grandma's house, and he offered the boys something to drink. And this was right before before the first Asian guy had got out the house and Jeffrey had got locked up. Hey, official. Why I can't see? Oh, I was about to say, why I can't see D-Spot? I need to make D-Spot a mod real quick, y'all. Hold on. All right, so we got a new moderator, y'all. Shout out to official D-Spot. Y'all make sure that y'all check out his channel as well, ODS. I'm looking at your profile picture like, what is going on? All right, so y'all, the young man takes the coffee from Jeffrey or whatever. And, of course, he started feeling woozy. Y'all, I got to backtrack a little bit because now it's making me think about the time that he drugged his own dumb ass. But anyway, he took the coffee from Jeffrey and started feeling woozy. And child, grandma came down them stairs like, Jeffrey, what you doing? And what you doing some company up in this house? And by the way, y'all, if you don't know what I'm doing some diamond art. That's what I'm doing if you just came in. Like, Jeffrey, what you doing? I didn't know you had black friends and stuff. And the grandma would not let up, child, would not let up. She was like, I'm staying downstairs until I see what's going on with this child. So he still stayed asleep all night after Jeffrey had drugged him or whatever. And the next day, they put him on a bus. And he did not send him to where he needed to go. And the bus let him off at the end of the stop, y'all. And that man walked into a cornfield and woke up in the hospital. He tried to tell the police about what was going on. He led the police to the grandma house, and grandma was like Jeffrey was good. She was like, it's true, we did put him on the bus. Jeffrey didn't do nothing to him. I was down there the whole time. Girl, Jeffrey done sat here and lied to you and didn't even let you call the police. Like, come on now, let's be serious, grandma. Y'all was enabling Jeffrey ass too. I know you weren't scared of him, but at the same time, some stuff could have been prevented, and Jeffrey ass could have been in a psych unit somewhere. You, child. But anyway, they ended up. He did go to the police, but the police, when they went to the house and the grandma said what she said, of course, nothing else came from it. They just was like, look, we went to the house, the grandma, ain't nothing happened. But he tried his damnedest because he was seeing Jeffrey out around town, and he was like, don't go with him. He banned from bathhouses and all that stuff. Don't go with him. And it's like, in reality, just another fact about Jeffrey. Jeffrey had about 17 victims, and that doesn't include the ones that got away or that he may have just simply assaulted. So with all of those people being his victims, it was mostly minorities and included a lot of Black men. He had Asian men, and then I don't even think he had that many white men that were included in his victims. So I won't say that it was a race thing. I think that he just enjoyed the physique of Black men and enjoyed their company. But being that he was so twisted and sick, he did not know how to carry out a real sneaky link or trying to talk to a Black man. He just only knew what he knew best to do was to unalive him with his sick, twisted mind. Now, I did want to backtrack a little bit more as well. When he was going to the bathhouses, y'all, it was one instance where he tried to drug this man. This was a white man when he was at the bathhouse, y'all, and he fucked around. He fucked around, put the drugs in his cup, and got drunk. He got high, whatever he did. And child, he woke up and that man was unalive as well. But that was the funniest part. That was my moment where I was like, Jeffrey, so you don't feel like you need to give it up at this point? You done almost killed your own self trying to drug somebody else, and now you done unalive this man. What was it? What was it, Jeffrey, with your crazy tale? So, of course, he unalived that man. The other man got away. What y'all saying? I binged on that Netflix series. Of course, Netflix put in extra stuff they got called out for it. I mean, of course, they would put extra stuff in it because they want to make it, not the same story. Because those families have literally sued people because of these situations. I thought he was gonna take Granny. I was scared for her. Right, Jane. I was scared for Grandma because I'm like, don't keep bossing up on Grandma like that. What's wrong with you? Keep hollering at Grandma, talking about Grandma. Like, sir, chill out, chill on, Grandma, because don't do that. Look, he was doing a whole lot, and I wasn't feeling how he was acting towards Granny. I thought I was gonna have to come through the TV. You know what I'm saying? But Grandma bossed up on him. Was like, I got God on my side. I ain't scared of you, Jeffrey. What's up, Jeffrey? I ain't got to call you daddy because one thing about it, I help take you out. And I believe Grandma was his, I think Grandma was his dad's mom, I believe. I believe that's what it was. It was Dad's mom. But Grandma didn't play with Jeffrey. That's why he had to get up out that house. His daddy ain't want him up in his mama house no more. Because, sir, you crazy. You be done did something to my mama, then I got to do something to you. Now, with that being said, fast forwarding. Jeffrey. He ended up getting caught, of course. He was not being a smooth criminal anymore. Jeffrey was not being a smooth criminal anymore, y'all. Listen. Now, this is the one that everybody keeps joking about. People got very, very many jokes about this part in the movie. And it's like, even myself, I laughed a bit. at these comments people been making. Even though I know it's not a laughing situation, but it's just crazy how this one victim pretty much dug himself up out of Jeffrey's crib. Like he shimmied his damn way up out of Jeffrey's crib. Like he won't finna play around with Jeffrey. He got the hell out of Dodge. That's all I can say. He got the hell out of Dodge. His very last victim that he tried. Very last victim that he tried, y'all. Oh, I didn't know I had these little baggies, y'all. I'm up here. I didn't know that, y'all. Did not know I had these little baggies. I'm so sorry, y'all. Hold on. Let me put my little beads up here because it's bad enough I'm already getting them all over the table. But I didn't know I had little baggies to put them away and stuff. Y'all, this going to be something that I like to do, this Dahmer art. But anyway, this one young man that he brought home from the club, met him at the club, all the violence showing love. He party with a thug, okay. But anyway, homeboy, another black man, he was fresh to death too, y'all. He had his J's on. Coming to Jeff's house. His little throwback on and stuff. He was fly as a mug up in there. You feel me? So he get up in the crib. He like, Jeffrey, it stank up in this mug. It stank. Jeff, it stank up in this jank. I mean, you got some Febreze. You got a candle. What you got? Jeff talking about, my people bought me some meat. I got to throw the meat out. He done told that man some damn dead meat whole time, sir. You done unalived a couple of people. You done unalived a couple of people and you got their body parts and stuff sitting around the house like, why in the world did nobody not try to figure out what was going on? I'm still taking back that the landlord was not trying to pull up in the crib or send the police up in there or nothing. Like, y'all let this man sit around this funky ass house. And I know it's funky. Come on now. We know that being unalive can't smell good. I can't say that I have actually smelled a body up close, but I know it can't be a pleasant smell. So y'all up in there smelling all these decomposed bodies and stuff that he done put in this little thing that he got. But anyway, he get the boy something to drink. And the boy like, what's in my drink? And he's talking about something, probably dish soap. Now, come on now. One thing about me, ain't no way in hell that I would have drank. I wouldn't have drunk it at all. Like, what you got going on? And Jeffrey's talking about drink it. He told that man to drink it. So he drinks it or whatever. And he realizing, like, Jeff done did something to my drink. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave. And Jeff over here talking about, nah, we ready to watch The Exorcist. I don't know what you talking about, but we ready to watch The Exorcist. So he get to watching the movie and stuff. And the boy, like, he like, how the hell I'm gonna get up out of here? So he was like, I want to dance to you like on some Beyonce. Tonight I want to dance for you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So he was making his move. Hey, I don't love him. I tried to tell my friend. I don't know what he was listening to in his head, but he was turning up for Jeff so he can get the fuck out. He was turning up. He tried to get the fuck out, and he was defeated at first, and Jeff had him up in the room. He was taking pictures and everything for Jeff. I'm talking about honey bust open his shirt. He like, this mother is not ready to take me out. You not ready to take me out. Mind you, I think that this victim is still alive today. But child, he was shimmying all that for him. He ended up getting out the apartment though. Let me tell you something. he got out of the apartment. And I am weak, Jay. Not the first man was dancing for his life. So, anyway, yeah, it did make him like the first man, but he was actually like the last man because that's who got away and got him locked up. So he got away, y'all. He was running with the handcuffs on his hand and shit. And he was like, this motherfucker trying to kill me. Jeff had told this man he was going to eat his heart and all that stuff. Man, it ain't funny, but it's like, what in the world? Like, I cannot believe that Jeff was out here wilding like this. Like, what the fuck was wrong with you? You was really in these streets eating people and stuff. Like, if you wanted somebody to be up under you all the time, that's all you had to say. But you felt like you had to unalive these people because you was effed up. Child, Jeff didn't sit right with me. And you know what? He just ain't sit right with me. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, he ended up finding the police. The police went back to Jeff's house. And he was telling them like something was missing or whatever. I don't know. The police ended up going to his room. And that's where they found stuff. And he got locked up. They locked Jeff Harris up. He was locked up. After that, after he let that man go, he already knew what was up. He knew he was going down like this. It's over, son. It's over. It's over for you. You had your fun. It's over for you, Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Okay? The fat lady has sang. It's over for you, son. And no more being out here eating people. Like, y'all, he was literally eating folk. Like, the man was... How? Like, how did they let him go out into society like this? Like, it's still beyond me that he was able to go out in the world like this. I'm very confused. So, y'all, he went to jail. And, of course, that's when the police was able to go into the apartment and find all of the unalived men and, you know, put a name to bodies. The families were able to get, you know, compensated in some cases. Oh yeah, Jane, I can't forget that part. Hold on, y'all. Wait, Jane brought up a valid point. The sandwich he offered the lady, man, what you think it was on that? Oh, Lord. Y'all, it was even a point where he was trying to get his neighbor to pipe down. He had brought her a sandwich, y'all. I don't know which boy, if it was a black boy, if it was the Asian boy, but he had one of those boys on that sandwich. And he's talking about eat the sandwich. First of all, let me tell you something. The neighbor was a good one. Because Jeff would have never got his ass up in my apartment for to kill me. Hell to the no, Jeff would have never been able to sit up in my apartment and offer me no sandwich. Not at all. Not at all. Now, like I was saying, he did get locked up. His daddy was writing a book and stuff. And Jeff told his dad, he said, man, you the one that showed me how to do all that stuff. And he was like, it's not my fault, Jeff. It was not my fault. And it made the daddy think. Even the mama got to thinking about the issue. She tried to unalive herself, y'all. She done unhooked the gas from the back of the stove and let the shit run up in the house. And they come up in the house and she tried to take herself out, but it didn't work. They both felt guilty pretty much for not helping their son when he was younger and they were being selfish, being focused more on their relationship or whatever and not their kids. It appears the other son came out perfectly fine. I haven't looked up on any information on him, but I believe he's perfectly fine. But Jeff, we know he was not perfectly fine. Some of the families got compensated in some cases, like the Asian family. I believe they got money and all that stuff per the series. I don't know about in real life. The lady that is deemed a hero for, constantly trying to bring awareness around what Jeff had going on. She had got some type of award. And Jeff, his daddy wrote that book, and I don't think people bought that book. I know I looked on Amazon, and his daddy book is up there, unless it's somebody else's book. But I don't think that the public really cared too much for that book that the daddy was trying to push, which I don't blame him. Why would you write a book and try to make money off of what your damn demon ass son did? And you coming to the realization to talk about how you as well used to have these thoughts about doing things to people, but you never followed through with it. That's the problem. People don't face their mental health or bring it up to a doctor and say, I had these thoughts, I went through this, I'm afraid for my child. Like, why? Like, they failed I hate to say it, his parents failed him horribly, bro. They fucking failed him. I'm not going to say, what Jeff did was not his fault, because very much so was his fault, because as a human being as well, we know when shit ain't going right in our brain, and we certainly can try to seek help. And I would say he did tell his dad, but it wasn't a moment in his adult life where he tried to seek out a therapist or whatever. But at the same time, we know back in those days, mental health was not a thing. It was not nobody gave fucks about it. That was the issue. So it was a man, which I can look him up because I can't call his name right now, that was locked up with Jeff, that found out what Jeff did. And when Jeff was in jail, he ended up giving himself over to God. And, he did not end up getting the death penalty. He just got life in jail. So he was giving his life over to God and stuff like that. And I guess he was repenting for his sins, and he found out that he had a fan club. It was people that were claiming they were his fans and writing him, sending him money. So it was like he was kicked back chilling, like he was chilling big time, like getting stuff up in jail, and he was really getting on the security guards' nerves. And they just like, you a whole killer out here, and you in jail living like a king. Like, what's up with that? Like, it really was crazy how he ended up still like getting the good end of the stick kind of while he was in jail. Like, he was not getting the treatment you would have expected. He was in jail trying to play games. And this same prisoner that I'm about to talk about, he was like, look, bro, I'm tired of you sitting up here playing these games. Like, we ain't in jail to play games. What's wrong with you? The prisoner ends up finding out what he did to get in jail. And he's outraged because he's like, bro, you did this to all these black men. Like, what's good with you? So one day they were in the gym or workout area cleaning up, and mysteriously the guard left him in there with two men, which one was Jeff. One of the other men, I think he unalived his wife or something like that. So with him unaliving his wife, the man took him out. And then he asked Jeffrey, did he do all those things that he read about him? Mind you, the system failed Jeffrey as well, because the librarian gave that man access to the newspaper, and he was not supposed to get access to it because of why he was in jail. He was not supposed to get access to it. So when he found out what Jeff did, that's what put him on the list. And he said God talks to him and told him to do this. So he ended up unaliving Jeffrey, just like he unalived his first victim. And Jeff never got to sit in jail and sit in his shit. To that part, I don't believe that part should have happened. I don't think that man should have took his life, because Jeff deserved to sit in his shit and suffer until he got old and fucking gray. That's how I feel. I don't feel like the death, the lethal injection, I don't feel like somebody else taking him out I don't feel like any of that was good enough. He needed to sit in his shit and suffer until he was old and fucking gray and couldn't get along. But sadly, he got taken out early. I don't even know what to say that sadly, because the way I look at it, like I say, parents failed him. He was a messed up individual as an adult because he never tried to seek help for himself. He didn't have the confidence or self-love to try to go out and be who he was, which resulted him in ruining a bunch of other people's lives because they have to live with the fact that the person that they brought into the world was unalived by a person that grew up in trauma, pain, and hurts. And they decided to take that out on somebody else. Y'all, I say that you all should watch it. I certainly got, I don't even know if I want to say a message from it. I just want to say I see how the system is constantly failing us every single day as a people. And they majorly failed those people back in the day. It's crazy. Like, even in the jail, like, how do y'all keep failing people like this? Like, simple mistakes turn into big mistakes. And I know this from having a degree in healthcare itself. One little mistake can cause a physician their license. And it could have been an honest mistake. But you got police out here still policing, and they made major mistakes. Child, accountability, honey. Accountability. Accountability. I see Jane said that the man was a hero. No, and I mean, I do get your point of view on that as well. I just feel like he should have sat in there and rotted. You should have definitely rotted. He should have rotted. You should have fucking rotted. Like, you should have fucking rotted in that jail cell for all the shit that you did. Like, I wanted you to, even though Jeff talked about him being saved, I want him to keep seeing himself on TV to see how people constantly talk bad about him and dragged him until that shit drove his ass crazy. Like, that's what I would have liked for his ass. Because if you ask me, that was the easy way out. That was the easy way out. It's the way he approaches people and talks. He seems smart, but something was really awkward. Mm-hmm. He was sounding like Ike Turner-ish, wasn't he? Eat that sandwich, lady. Right. Like, who was you talking to? They should have felt guilty, real talk. Them parents missed so many red flags. Right. It's almost like when people be in relationships. People wait until the last minute until something happens and be like, oh, well, I remember that day he did this. Girl, don't remember when he did that. You needed to get out at that point. Child, as I get older, some stuff just ain't worth your peace. It ain't worth your peace. But as a parent, your duty is to protect your child and do everything that you can. Do everything that you can to help that child until they become an adult. And sometimes they may still need your assistance, but at least showing the effort shows that you try to create a good human and keep them out of harm's way or harming other people. Child. 70 million to 7 families. That's 10 mil for each fam. Oh, 70 million to 7 families. That's 10 million for each family. Isn't that what they gave them? He got saved in the end, and baby, the sad eye gave him in the pastor. I wouldn't have baptized him, child. You wouldn't have been able to pay me $1 million to baptize him. Sure would not have. Child, right. He up in there listening to well sounds. Like, that's how you know his ass is crazy. Y'all still won't put his ass in the psych ward when he was in there. Damn. Now put that garbage out of his misery, knowing that man is behind the cell, living, breathing, your family member cannot. I don't think I would have been against the death penalty. I would, you know what? I'm not going to say wholeheartedly I would have been against the death penalty. But at the same time, the way I feel about people that do crimes, that's the easy way out for them. Y'all taking them out their misery for what? That was the easy way out. They never suffer for anything that they did. When they get the lethal injection, they go into a deep sleep and never wake up. Again, I don't want nothing easy for your ass. Like, and maybe it won't easy because that man done pounded your damn head and child. I think it's great he got the filler torture and slow D. He put others through. Jeff was actually finding quality life in the pen. Paying his money and salvation. Nah, he gave them people a painful death, right? Jeffrey would have died at peace of regular old age or whatever. He doesn't deserve the type of decency. At least that's my opinion. See, now the twist that I would want for him, not peace, like I would have been fine with the people whooping his ass every day, like literally whooping his ass every day. No peace for you. Like, I would want him to feel miserable as hell. Like, my whole thing is misery. I want you to feel every moment. But I don't want your ass gone just yet. I want you to feel all of this shit. Feel it. Not just a couple of hits to the head and then you out. I need you to feel this shit every day. I need them to jump your ass every motherfucking day. I need them to do something to you every day. What's up, Enrama? What's good? You always coming in at the fucking end. The closure's for the families, not for the guilty. I get it. But I be feeling like the families still don't be feeling closure when they get the lethal injection because they be like, even families have said, like that dude, the one that was a clown, they even said, I don't even feel like he didn't deserve the lethal injection because he had a peaceful sleep while my family was tortured. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want you to have a peaceful sleep. I don't want you to get 1-2 hits to the head and then you gone. I want you to feel this shit every day. Feel this shit that you put people through every single day. Feel that shit. I don't want you to be, what do they call it? When they say the people, they learn their lesson. Rehabilitation, is that what it is? They call it? I don't want none of that shit. Nah. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about because of good behavior, you get to go out, play stuff. No, hell no. I want your ass whooped every day. I want your ass put in the hole a couple of times because of people whooping your ass so bad. Like, just miserable. I just want you to be miserable. I don't want you to have it easy. Not at all. Child, go ahead and rhyme. But y'all, what happened, right? And that was just a crazy time. Crazy ass time. I hope that as a people, we don't have to go through any shit like that again. And I hope that people recognize that get them children together while they're young. Stop letting these children go through all these things and telling them ain't nothing wrong with them. Stop doing it. Stop doing it and get them help. But y'all, let me show y'all my Dahmer art, what I did so far, if y'all can see it. So I've done this bottom part and the pumpkin, and then I got this corner over here. So I got a good amount. I don't know if y'all can see it that good. I got a good amount. If you can see can you see through the back? Y'all can't see through the back. But Dahmer art, y'all, this is so peaceful. Like, I was at so much peace doing this. I was at so much peace doing this while talking about Jeffrey Crazy Earth. Y'all, I'm so weak because I was sitting up here trying to figure out why I couldn't pick it up with the little pen and the whole. I ended up figuring it out, but the directions right at the bottom. Oh my God. Y'all. Crazy stuff. But You do want to keep your film so you can put it back over there until you are ready to pick back up and finish your diamond art. I'll probably do some more while I'm working so I can stay off my phone during training. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do because I got a new desk, y'all. It's in the basement, so I'm going to be filming more in the studio. Because y'all know I got the studio. I just don't use it with the green screen. Now that we got a new mic and we got a new ring light, we can go in the basement. Y'all cannot cover this shit back up the right way. Oh my God. Okay. I'm ready to get mad. You know when you're trying to do something and it's not working out? Okay. This is good enough right here. I covered that majority of it. All right. Yes, got that covered. Okay. We gonna fuck up the night. Y'all like Beyonce's new album? I feel like tonight. And Rama. Don't come over here talking crazy like that, cause what you? Oh my Lord, y'all! I can't help Rama out anymore, cause you be getting a little crazy. I didn't even see that damn comment, and Jane said, "What the hell, Lord? Let me go ahead and get off this live before the people come after you and Rama, cause the people not ready to play with you tonight." He's talking about something he playing. Look. I think you forgot where you was at. We in the Diva Lounge. You know they don't play with you like that over here in the Diva Lounge. Got everybody. Look, I'm over here trying to get my diamonds out. I ain't know what the hell was going on. I look up and see that, Lord. Jesus. Jesus, help him. Jesus, help him. But yeah, y'all. What I was saying, I was asking y'all if y'all like Beyonce's new album. Like, I'm telling y'all, Beyonce have a concert. I'm gonna have to go ahead and bite the bullet and pay the $800 for a ticket. I need to be up close. I need to be right there with Beyonce. Like, and I've never been like a Beyonce like stand. Like, I've never been a part of the Beehive. Y'all know I don't do the stand. I don't do that. But y'all, Beyonce, it's like she don't miss with the music. Like, and I've really been leaning on Beyonce because she the only one that ain't fussing with the girls right now. Now, I will admit, I'm going to go see Glorilla at the end of this month at A&T Homecoming. But that's because I just wanted to go to A&T Homecoming. And I do like Glorilla music. Right now, she ain't in the mix with Cardi and them, but child, Cardi and Nicki and them, they done put y'all Meg, y'all pushing me away. Cause all y'all Tesla, all of them, they just exhausting my goddamn life. And Akbar, she ain't even no real celebrity, and she just I don't know what to say about them people, y'all. Anyway, y'all, I'm ready to get off here because I need to go to bed for work. I do want to leave y'all with a positive vibe because I know this is very gruesome. Y'all see how I try to cascade right on about this conversation about Jeffrey real quick because someone right about that. Oh, Lord. I'm spilling these damn diamonds everywhere. You talking about stop clutching my pearls. Go ahead. But anyway, y'all, let me leave y'all with this. It's a new week, a new chance to achieve some goals. I know sometimes you can feel defeated because you did not achieve those goals the previous week, but it's okay because we all fall down or, sometimes it's just not our season, but trust and believe your season is on the way. So I don't want you to stress about it. I don't want you to feel no type of way about it. I want you to keep having the faith, holding on to the faith. I want you to keep holding your head up. And I want y'all to keep on drinking your water and minding your business. Do whatever makes you happy in life. Don't care about what somebody else say. I only care about what you feel and how you feel at the moment. You feel me? Whatever you feel is needed in your life, do it. If you feel like you need to jump on a plane and go to Miami for the weekend, do that. Y'all know I went to Jamaica. I was tired. I was tired of people, and I went and got on that plane and moved on. Went on by my business. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to be out of here. I ain't disrespect Akbar. She ain't no real celebrity. Child, who is Akbar? Like, girl, I don't even really know much about you, but I'm just saying. Anyways, y'all drop those lipsticks or cigarettes before we get out of here. We in the Diva Lounge. If you're new here, make sure you come back. Make sure you subscribe and thumbsing up the video. I appreciate y'all as always. Shout out to my members and my mods. Again, shout out to all the gifters, the people that donate to the channel so we can get new things. Oh, and y'all see the internet ain't went out. The internet did not go out. Okay, because guess who got the highest gigabyte and I got a new router? Period. But all right, y'all. It's me, it's Mel with the Lip in the Gap. Mel the Lipstick Diva. Peace out, y'all.